my name is Jessica Williamson and I'm a physical therapist here at Prisma Health Orthopedic Rehab, and today we're going to look at strengthening exercises for the hip. The first exercise we're going to do to strengthen these hips is a bridge. So what you will do is you will bend up both knees so that your feet are flat on the table. You're going to prevent yourself from using too much of your back muscles by creating a little bit of a posterior pelvic tilt. So just thinking about pushing your belly button down into the table, and then you're going to lift your hips up towards the sky. You should feel this working the whole back of your legs and in your hips. With this one, you'll do it repetitiously, 3 sets of 10. To make this exercise harder, when that becomes easy, is you will then lift up one leg into the air, and you're going to lift your hips up this way. You should be working really that hip that is a little bit weak for you. Again, here you're going to do repetitions of this, 3 sets of 10. The next exercise we're going to do here is a clam. So what you will do is you will roll onto your side, and you'll be working the hip that's on the top here. What you're going to do is keeping your hips from rolling backwards. You can even think about cheating a little bit forward this way. You're going to keep your feet together, and you're just going to lift your top knee up. This you should feel really working in the back of your hip here. You're going to do this repetitiously again, 3 sets of 10. If this is easy and you have resistance bands at home or have been provided some by your therapist, you can take that and you can put that around your knees. Perfect. In the same position on your side, keeping those feet together, then you will lift your knee up here, feeling that working in the back of your hip here. Good. So the next hip strengthening exercise we have for you is on your hands and knees. This one's called a donkey kick. So what you're going to do is the hip that you're looking to strengthen, you're going to keep that knee bent, and you're going to keep your foot flat, and you're going to push your foot up towards the ceiling here and back down. Again, you're going to do this 3 sets of 10, and you should really feel that working in the muscles of the back of your hip there. To progress this exercise, you can add an ankle weight to your ankle, and that will give you a little bit more resistance when you do this. The next exercise here is what we call a fire hydrant. So you're going to be in that same quadruped position as we were for the donkey kicks. What you're going to do here is, instead of kicking your leg back, you're now going to kick your leg out to the side, keeping the leg that you're trying to work, that knee bent at a 90-degree angle the whole time. When you do this, it's really important to make sure that you're not letting your hip rock over to the side that you are not working. That way you're keeping your back in a neutral position. Again, with this one, you want to do 3 sets of 10. If this becomes easy, you can add resistance by putting a band around your knees. Another progression for the fire hydrant exercise is in standing. So what you'll do is you will stand on your non-involved extremity, or the one that you're not trying to strengthen. You'll have just a slight bend in that knee. You'll bend the one that you're trying to strengthen up to about a 90-degree angle, and then you're going to take your knee away and out to the side. Just like so. Should be targeting to strengthen that hip on this side. When you're done with about 3 sets of 10 of these, you can then switch to stand on the hip that you're looking to strengthen. With a slight bend in your knee, bend up your other knee here, and then kick out to the side. You should feel this working again while you're in stance on those hip muscles. Again, 3 sets of 10 on this side as well to even it out. Another good exercise to strengthen your hips are band walks. If you have a band at home or provide one by your therapist, you can place it at your ankles. If that's too much resistance to take off a little bit, you can put it just above your knees. So here what you're going to do is you're going to have a slight bend in your knees and a good athletic stance. You're going to keep some distance between your feet, don't bring them together, and then you're going to step to the side and then come slightly together. Here you're going to take about 8 to 10 steps to one side, stay facing the same direction, and then you're going to go back to the opposite side. Here I usually say about 2 to 3 laps will give you good work in those hip muscles. Similar to the band walks, another exercise we can do here are monster walks. Again, you're going to be in that good athletic stance with slight bend in your knees, feet slightly apart, and you're going to take a step out to the side with one leg. There you go. And then you're going to bring your other leg close together and then back out. Perfect. Again, here you're going to do about 8 steps on each side, and then you'll go backwards doing the same thing. Again, with this exercise, similar 2 to 3 laps here would be good to get some good work in those hip muscles. So last exercise here that we have to strengthen your hips are what we call hip thrusters. We have Bree here on a bench, but at home we usually say just use the edge of your sofa or something that would be about to this level for you. If it's uncomfortable, you can put a pillow behind your shoulder blades, but you really want, whenever you're doing this exercise, for the edge of whatever surface you're using to really hit kind of just below your shoulder blades there. So what you can do is you can start in the seated position, and then you're going to lift your hips up. When you come up, you should feel the work in the back of those hips, and then you'll come back down slightly. Don't go all the way to the ground, and then lift your hips up again. You should feel all this work through the back of your legs and through your hips there. Again, we say if you can do 3 sets of 10 of this exercise. If that's too much, you can always scale it back and maybe start with 5 or so, and then work your way up to 3 sets of 10. If you want to make this harder, what you can do is then move on to single leg so that you're working just your extremity that you're trying to strengthen here. So same thing, you'll push up with your hips, good, and then you'll go back down slightly, don't go all the way to the ground, and then back up. This is a little bit harder, so it's going to be harder to do 3 sets of 10 here. I would say start with doing 3 sets of 5 if you can. Thank you for watching today, and hope this helps with your recovery along the way.